Hey guys, today I want to talk about something that I've been seeing a distinct lack of, especially in matchmaking, and that is setting up for trades on the terrorist side. Now if you remember a little bit ago I talked about crossfires on CT, and you'll see what I mean here in a second once the CTs do set up. But basically, a crossfire here is setting up so if someone, let's say he's watching here, and he's watching here, and also here I guess, but if someone walks into here they'll pretty much be guaranteed to get a kill, assuming the guy pushes singular. But what I mean by setting up for trades, if we pause here and notice the T setup, we have Freiburg and Forrest here, Exist and Get Right here, and then Alu, who is actually new on NIP, here. So, you'll say, okay, so there's 2, 2, 1. What does that mean? Well, 1, Alu here is doing a couple of things. 1, he's kind of lurking. 2, he's getting information about the A site here. He's kind of just sitting out listening, counting smokes and things like that, counting, or not counting, but seeing what weapons they might have if they do kind of pre-fire into the smoke or pre-fire down here. So, counting grenades, hey, they use up all their smokes, they use up all their flashes, they threw their frags, so they're not going to have anything to really counter us. He'll be able to tell if they're eco. Well, maybe. They could throw a decoy with their gun on the ground, I guess, and to fake an eco. But anyways, he's seeing if they have, hey, they have FAMASas, they're a little bit weaker. Hey, they have M4s. Hey, there's an op on this site, etc., etc. And then he's catching, let's say, Kiyoshima pushes into Palace here. He's catching any rotating or aggressive CTs off guard, and hopefully getting the pick or getting killed. And him getting killed, he'll be able to say, hey, there's a guy coming Palace, watch your backs, Exist and Get Right. But you'll notice, again, Forrest and Freiburg, Exist and Get Right here, setting up together. So these guys, let's say they push forward, and let's just say Smiths is sitting here, and he does happen to pick Freiburg. Well, Forrest is going to be there to get the trade and take down Smiths, and that's going to bring the advantage, even though it's 4 versus 4 to the terrorist side, because, well, these two guys, they'll have to rotate, maybe even rotate one player over here to watch this window, and that's going to significantly weaken the A side, because again, Shoxy here is going to be sitting in here. He's going to have to rotate, even though it's a short rotate, he's going to have to rotate back here, and if Exist and Get Right set up a smoke for here and here, that's going to make it so that Shoxy is pretty much incapacitated, and now you have Freiburg and Forrest pushing mid, and Happy's going to have to deal with them, while Shoxy is going to have to be sitting either in connector here, or just trying to spam through the smoke. And it's going to be up to Kiyoshima pretty much solo to hold off Get Right, Exist, and Alu, and again, that's going to make it so that the terrorists have a significant advantage. Even if these two players here die from Happy or Shoxy, there's going to be 3 of these guys on site, and they're going to have to wait for these smokes to fade, so they should be able to easily get the bomb down. And Shoxy is, if he can't get rid of these guys, he's going to have to rotate through CT or push through the smoke, which if he pushes through the smoke, he's an easy pick, assuming that the terrorist side is watching their sort of, I guess, backs while they're planting. So now we have to deal with these two players. They're going to be rotating all the way around, potentially even over here. So you're at a significant advantage getting that trade. And let's say Get Right and Exist pushing the site. They're going to have to deal with Shoxy and Kiyoshima. Shoxy takes down Exist. But look, Alu is pushing out here, because Kiyoshima would likely be watching here to try and get the trade as well. Alu gets the backstab on Kiyoshima, and I can't remember who I said dies, but let's say Exist dies from Shoxy. Get Right can get the trade onto Shoxy, so there you go. You've gotten your 2 trades. And again, you can push onto site while these guys push mid. And it's just a very, very important aspect of the T side, and I know it's pretty difficult to coordinate on to matchmaking, but something that you can kind of do is if you see holes somewhere, let's say you see a guy pushing mid here, you see 4 people pushing here or 3 people pushing here, you can help out this guy mid. He's probably going to be opping, but hey, the op is easy to get picked, so if he gets picked, you're going to be there to hopefully get the return pick. But let's just play this out and see how NIP plays this. Take a look at the map here. As you see, Freiburg does die, and then Force is there to get the trade. And here comes the push on the A site. They're not using any smokes or anything like that, which is interesting, but they are aware of Kiyoshima playing there. And while they didn't get the trade there, here comes Alu, and he does eventually get the trade. Now the A site is pretty much Nips. I mean, they have Force alone here, but again, oh no, they have Alu. I'm sorry. Again, they have to worry about just these players rotating. And again, Alu watching his back. The defensive smoke goes down, and actually, that was very well played, and a little bit sloppily played by Nip. That was very well played by Envy. They didn't use their smokes effectively on Nip, but they did get the bomb plant, which is very important. And if had they used their smokes and other nades properly, they would have probably had that round, or at least significantly delayed Envy. But hopefully this video helps you guys out a little bit, just a little tip there to kind of help you be a little bit more successful in matchmaking. I know it's pretty difficult, but as always, thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.